Hi Taurus, happy early birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have the moon. And of course, at the time of recording this, we haven't had that new moon in Aries yet, but we're going to have that. And then in the month of April, we're going to have the full moon in Libra, which is your 6th house, and then we'll have a new moon in your sign. So definitely makes sense to see the moon come up as significant. We also see the moon in your Taurus spread as well. So be on the lookout for those lunar cycles. All right, we also have 6 and 6th house energy for you guys is Libra. And like I mentioned, we are going to have that full moon in Libra in April, so it makes sense to see that come up as well. And 6th house energy in general points to health, work, daily routines. And we have Aquarius. So Aquarius energy for you guys is actually your 10th house of career and social status. We had Saturn there for a while, and now we're just about to get Pluto moving into that sign, and it'll be there for all of April as well. So makes sense to see that. So yeah, Aquarius for you guys, 10th house, that's career and social status. So given that we see 10th house and 6th house, there could definitely be some situations going on with your finances this month, but we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. All right, in the main situation position, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and challenging that, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune actually represents Jupiter energy, which is currently in Aries, which is your 12th house, but in May it's actually going to be moving into your sign. So it could just be pointing to the timing as far as that goes, saying that you'll have that shift. And seeing the 3 of Pentacles as a challenge there, it could just be saying that, seeing these two in combination, I feel like this is saying that you might be called to step out on your own in some way in the near future. And with this showing up in the challenge, could just be saying that maybe you're still working through a collaborative effort with someone, so you might not be quite ready to take on something in more of an individual way just yet. But it looks like you're still working on some kind of group dynamic. Could be in your work lives, your one-to-one relationships, but yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, in the foundation position, we have the moon. So like I said, we saw that come up in the dice as well. Could just be saying that you might not be seeing the situation clearly right now, but if that's the case, I feel like this is saying this is a call for you to just slow down a little bit and try to feel your way through a situation more intuitively. The way I explain the moon oftentimes is that you can't necessarily see your environment as well as you could during daylight, right? So it's not that anything's being moved around or hidden from you, it's just that you have to feel your way around the situation a little bit more. So that could be what this is pointing to there. All right, past position, we have the 6 of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. Could just be saying that you might have reconnected with someone from your past recently. Could just be, of course, could be a romantic connection, especially given that for you guys, Scorpio energy represents your house of relationships. But also could have been family members, friends, you name it. But I feel like this is saying that you definitely reconnected with your past in some way and made some kind of peace there, even if it was just with your younger self. All right, present position, we have the 5 of Wands. So yeah, this could just be saying that you might find yourself in a bit of a competitive environment. Maybe this is even your work environment. Like I said, maybe there's some big thing that's being worked on and everyone's getting in a hurry to try to wrap it up. That could be one way the energy is playing out there, or just a bunch of different perspectives on the situation where everyone's pretty set with their way, and then so they'll bring that way to the table, but they're not necessarily really listening to other perspectives. They're convinced that their way is the best way, and anyone else bringing their perspective isn't necessarily going to impact their decision making. Try to see what else comes to mind with this. For some of you, this could even be within your home and family environment too. There could be a little bit of conflict there, so just be on the lookout for that. This card in the 5 of Swords has been coming out quite a bit already this month, so it could just be something in the air. All right, in the near future position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this is a sign that you will wrap up whatever the situation is that you've been working on. But I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a transitory phase that you guys go through where you're like, okay, I wrapped it up, got my success from that, but what's next, right? So you could find yourself in that little bit of in between phase where you're like, okay, I wrapped up this thing, I know there's something new on the horizon, but I'm not quite sure when I'm going to tackle that. So that's what I see with that. All right. The position of your influence in a situation, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is Cancer energy, and for you guys, Cancer represents your third house communication, and we're actually going to have Mars in that sign for pretty much all of April. So this could just be saying that you're going to be encouraged to speak out a little bit more, maybe more than you're used to, maybe more than you're even comfortable with. But that's why I primarily see with that could just be saying that, especially if there are some ideas, right, where you need to collaborate with people, could just be saying that you're being called to express your opinion a little bit more, or possibly even, like I said, do something on more of an individual level. All right, in the environment position, we have the Fool. So yeah, again, I feel like this is more pointing to energy that you're being called in some way to step more into the spotlight, step more into the forefront, and actually start a new journey around the situation. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Six of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy, which we did see come up in your dice. And this could just be saying that maybe you're hoping for a little bit more peace and quiet within your work environment, right? So like I said, now that I'm going through the entire spread, it feels like there's probably something going on within your work environment, probably a rather big thing too. And everyone feels, they might feel a little bit more of a sense of urgency to get it done, to where maybe you're not necessarily feeling that, right? You're like, okay, I don't feel like we really need to freak out over this, but it could just be everyone around you is freaking out over it, so it's just adding to your stress level as well. But I feel like this is saying that you seem to have this inner confidence, but you're not necessarily comfortable putting out there what your thoughts are, what your feelings are. So I feel like you have like an inner knowing almost. So maybe that's even the problem, right? Where you just intuitively know how something's going to go, but you can't necessarily express it to them. So that's where the difficulty comes through for you to communicate it. So it could just be one of those things where you're seeing everyone around you freaking out and you have this inner calm within you, but you're not able to really spread that among the rest of the group. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. And to me, this represents just being able to take some time away to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. So whatever you have been working on, I feel like this is a good indicator that you will be finishing that up, and then you actually will be able to put more energy toward yourself as we get toward the end of the month. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. So yeah, this could just point to what I was saying. Looks like there's something that you've been working on for some time, probably some kind of a collaborative effort, and it looks like it's saying this month it will be coming to an end in some way. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Relinquish Self-Importance. Okay, it says personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. Interesting message there, because really, especially like I said with the Queen of Cups energy there, I feel like this is more of what you might encounter in others, where others might have that energy, where, like I said, it seems like you have more of an inner calm. And ironically, it looks like you are being called to step into more of a personal role where you're not going to be collaborating as much. But at the same time, I don't feel like you're going to be doing that from I'm better than these people, I'm going to do my own thing, right? I feel like it's just more of where you're being naturally led. But I feel like those around you might be freaking out and feeling like, so maybe that's what it's saying, basically, that if you encounter that type of energy where someone's just making about them, try not to take it personally in that regard. All right, moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have New Life. There's the artwork, and the number is 39. Oh, and I will will say, actually, now that I think about it, there will be a Mercury retrograde in your sign right around when your season does start. So that could be something to keep in mind as well with the communication. But let's see what it says for this card. Okay, essential meaning says birth of new ideas, growth opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. The Oracle's message: when spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to be filled with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there as well. And the relationship message says new energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. I will say this didn't necessarily come across as a romantic connection type of energy. It seems more like a group collaborative effort. Like I said, for most of you, probably in your work environment, but hopefully that message resonated as well. And the prosperity message says you have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, works, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. So yeah, the Fortune is smiling on you card definitely, message driver definitely stuck out to me, given that we have the Wheel of Fortune right in the main situation in your reading. And like I said, we will be seeing Jupiter move into your sign in May, so you might even start to feel that energy as we move through the month of April. All right, and lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Yoni mudra, and the keyword for it is receptivity. Looks like we can't get everything on the frame, so what I'll do is I'll hold it up here for a second if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And then we'll get the rest in the frame now. Okay, on their benefits, it says improves the health of the sexual organs, invites a healthy sense of sacredness around sexuality, increases the receptivity, fluidity, and emotional sensitivity, serves as a gateway to embrace what we can understand, creates a physical mandala to worship the divine feminine. So if that sounds like a mudra you think will be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description of the video as always. Once again, happy early birthday, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.